Have you heard of the show Physical 100?
That rings a bell.
So
Yes.
I just started watching it. It's a Korean game show where they get 100 people who think they have the best physique, but it's like they have bodybuilders, they have strongmen, they have fencers, they have dancers, and they gather 100 people and they have to go head to head in physical competitions, and they're narrowing down to the most athletic physique. So like the initial challenge is dangling from a bar for as long as you can, but then immediately after they have to do a one-on-one fight, and whoever's holding the ball after 3 minutes wins. Like they're fighting over a ball. So it's strength, versatility, fighting, endurance. It's fucking insane. And then if you lose, you have to smash with a hammer a plaster cast of your own physique and go, it wasn't good enough. Like it is humiliating for them. And
That's
they
such a good
It's
punishment.
it's
hardcore.
so good. And then like this recent one, my favorite guy, he was so like humble, he was badass. He's a special forces guy. He lost to a bodybuilder and he went, I am just not good enough. I was so sad, so sad. Oh my God. But one small dude picked a strong man to go against in the getting the ball thing, which was so dumb because the strong man just put it behind him and then pushed the guy away for 3 minutes. And then he picked him up and threw him, and me and Chris went, that's Josh and Jeffrey. But
We've
you,
done
it's
that
fun.
exact thing. That's happened. We did one of the we did a rehearsal one time in a wrestling room, and there was a game where one person started in a circle and or two people started on the outside of a circle and then both jumped in the circle at the same time, and then the first person to get out of the circle lost. And I went against Josh 3 times, and I think over the 3 times total, I was in that circle for maybe 5 seconds.
It was funny.
That's
There,
great.
there was one round where my feet didn't even touch the floor of the circle because I jumped in. Josh, like out of the air, like grabbed me and then just threw me back out immediately. It was humbling. I thought I could at least like kind of like duck around him a little. Nope, nope,
Crazy. That's so fucking funny.
not even. Yeah, it was over instantaneously
You
every
went
time.
in
I didn't
pretty
even have a chance to
confidently
like make a
too.
plan.
Yeah.
So today I left enough time to get here. I was out on a double date with my girlfriend, and this is odd. We went to dinner with my really good friend, who I've been friends with for a while. Love her. She recently started hooking up with my little brother, and then they announced they're official this week after maybe a week of hooking up. And then we all went to dinner with my mom. I was like, this is a lot. This is interesting for me. Um, but we were all
Ooh.
I was like, whatever, you guys do you. Um, and then I uh left enough time to get here. I was like, I got in the Uber, I was killing it. I was come back to my apartment. I was gonna film the episode. I got my laptop, and my phone dies in the Uber. I'm like, no worries, this is fine. I walked to 7-Eleven, get a Diet Coke. I walked back to my place. I think at this point I'm maybe gonna be like 2 minutes late. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go hop on. I get to my front door, and uh I have not had my keys for a bit, so I've been using, I hope no one knows my address. I've been using the backup keys that we have in a little like recess in the door. So I go to grab them and they're taped. So I'm kind of like, oh shit, I don't want to run late. So I rip off the tape. The key to the inside door comes with me. The key to the outside door falls on the other side of the recess inside the door, and I cannot reach my hand through the mail slot to get the key, and my phone is dead, and our buzzer doesn't work, and I have no clue what to do. I try every door in the building. I start yelling my roommate's name, but he's on the second floor, does not hear me. I walk 2 blocks away to the theater my mom's friend runs to see if she's there at 10 at night, just so I could plug my phone in and try to call you guys and figure something out. And then I just kind of give up and I go like, I don't know. They're just gonna think I died tonight. I'm not gonna be able to do the episode. And I walk back and I happen to catch my roommate at 10 at night taking out the trash in the alley. And he let me in. I was like, thank the fucking Lord. I had no idea what to do. I had not a clue how I could notify you guys. I don't have any of your numbers memorized. I got in and plugged my phone in and used truepeoplesearch.com and Josh's full name and where he's from to find his cell phone number, and then called him from my work auto dialer that I cold call people from.
You really live moment to moment by a series of fortuitous events. Like
Yeah.
if
That's
those things
crazy.
did not happen.
Yeah, that is that's like God balancing out. He's like, look, I'm gonna make the key fall on the inside of the door just to like keep you on your toes. Like you need to get your shit together. But I also think you're like relatively a good person, and I'm gonna let your roommate be taking out the trash at the exact moment you're in the alley. I've never seen him take out the trash, and I've never been in that alley.
3 things. One, if you want my cell phone number, that's the way to get it. 2,
Because he did get it.
Max, you and your roommate should establish like a system of like throwing pebbles at each other's windows to let each other in. You might have to fuck him, but he would still
You
like
know
as
how
a
many times
It's
I did that at
process.
you know how many times I did that at my girlfriend's apartment last year? I was literally whipping rocks at the fucking third floor window trying to get in.
And 3, we can cut it. But what's the name of the person you're friends with that's fucking your little brother?
I'm also curious.
Oh, my friend. All right. Well, on
was
that
me.
note, everybody, let's get started.
Do we
Hey,
have
everyone, and welcome to Gaslight Game Show, the only character-driven game show with real-world consequences. This is episode 22, Embrace My Serpent. Every week, a movie is selected, and we all watch it. And every week, each of our 3 contestants writes their own review for that movie. But, and here's the twist, not as themselves. They must concoct brand new characters and write in their voices. Before each episode, they swap their creations amongst themselves. They read each other's work here, live, for the first time, responding to questions as the characters they wrote for one another. The catch, I have to guess who originally wrote what. Every episode has a winner and a loser. Winners get rewarded and losers get punished. No one's safe, not even me. As always, our contestants are Josh Horst,
Hello.
Avery Baker,
Hi.
and I'm your host, Max McCune. This week, we have a very special featured guest, Jeffrey Nolan. Jeffrey, would you please tell everyone a bit about yourself?
I've been practicing mewing recently. Can you tell?
Can we see it? Can you do like the... Okay, nice. Thank you, Jeffrey. That tells us all we need to know.
Can we have a new
For those
special guest?
listeners out there, I was just mewing
He was mute.
really well.
Really well. It was impressive.
That'll get 'em.
Could
Wait, cut the
glass
part
with
where I
that
said
check.
that'll get him.
All right. Today for episode 22, Josh elected that we watch the flawless film Embrace of the Serpent, a movie about the beauty and importance of the Amazon, its indigenous peoples, their cultures and their wisdom, an analogical argument for their preservation. Analogical? What is this word?
Oh my god.
You got it. It's
Analogical.
Analogical. I write everything I say on the show.
Just destroying the veil. Okay.
Damn, I said it right the first time too. An analogical argument for their preservation through the sharing of knowledge, explored against the historical backdrop, critically examining the colonialist presences that rob this natural wonder of its resources, its life, where coupled with the passing of time, much is forgotten and old men are left alone, the last of their kind, strangers to even themselves, but never relieved of their dignity nor agency, reduced to merely victims, rather persisting through dueling narratives in more ways than one, as a celebration and a mourning, instruction and a warning, a chance to learn and stand beside them in song, to see the world differently in a moment that spans lifetimes. But before we discuss all that junk, we have some business to attend to. I'm sorry I butchered that. That was actually beautiful. Jeffrey, what time is it?
It's punishment time.
Oh my
I was
god.
trying to get back to the podcast vibe, and I think I maybe delivered that differently than I intended. I think I was going for something a little more kind of witty, kind of a verbal barb.
We're going for witty.
Yeah.
If you're gonna lie, make it a good lie. Like,
Thank you for completely overshadowing the fact that I didn't know the word analogical. All right, last week, Josh won, but with winners come losers, and last week Jeffrey lost. And what do losers get?
Should I do it witty again?
No, do it normal. Do it
Oh,
not.
okay. Punished.
Okay, punished. That's right. Jeffrey lost, and as punishment, he has to do the rest of his pull-ups. I'm not sure if you all remember, but a few episodes back, he was assigned the task of completing 101 pull-ups on camera in one extended shot. He did not deliver. He only got to 50. And so for today, he had to complete the remaining 51 in the same format. He's prepared a head video to show us. We know you were all clamoring for a sequel to the pull-up video. Jeffrey, are you ready to go beast mode?
Oh, you betcha.
All right, no more voices.
I don't.
No more voices today,
That was
Jeffrey.
my Irish.
Oh,
Oh
you
my God.
betcha? That is not an Irish phrase.
We're sorry
my-
to the Irish people.
Irish accent. Okay, sharing screen.
We're big in Ireland. They love it.
I don't really dream anymore. At night, there's only black. When I was a boy, about 15 years ago, my family and I were leaving the house one day when I saw a baby bird trembling on the sidewalk with a broken wing. I wanted to help, but we were late for something unimportant. A soccer game, maybe. And my parents managed to talk me into the car, and off we drove. A few hours later, we came back home, and the bird was gone. My parents said that the mama bird had come back and taken it up to its nest to heal. But I don't know. There were a lot of foxes that lived in the woods behind our house, and I think that one of them probably got to the bird and ate it. I know that there's a circle of life, and that some things die so that others might live, but I had the opportunity to help, and I didn't. I think about that memory sometimes at night when I can't seem to escape to that dreamless void. And I don't pretend that I'm a martyr in this, that this behavior was done by me alone. But I think about what does this portend for us as a people, as a community, as Americans? What does this apathy mean as we stand by and allow others to suffer? As you all stand by and watch Josh drone on and on about how easy 101 pull-ups will be, about how it's barely even a punishment. When I see this behavior in myself, I taste bile. But when I see it in others, my blood runs cold. What will we allow the future to become? I weep for the sins of nations.
Oh,
All right.
all right.
Was that a real fucking story? So no, you made up a story where you placed yourself in the metaphorical position of the wounded baby bird just to throw in a line about me droning on and on about how easy 101 pull-ups are?
I thought it was a good story. I think a
Um,
lot of times stories aren't really about the content so much as what you feel.
Okay, well, if it's about what I feel, you should. That's a bad story.
How long did that take you, Jeffrey? That felt like it could have taken you way less time than it did.
He chatted forever between the
Shockingly,
fucking.
I mean,
And then my favorite thing about the video is that because of the speed, I could never actually see a single pull-up.
I'm also
I
not
had
convinced
no,
that was
I
51.
had no clue. I was
I
getting kind of
did.
scared.
I did. Okay, the first time I tried to do as like many as I could, and then like a little bit less each time, and that it took me 2 hours to do 50. I did 42 the first hour and 8 the second hour. This time it took me an hour and 10 minutes, and my strategy was that I did 2 every 3 minutes, and I did that consistently throughout.
Smart. That's
So in
smart.
terms of personal growth, that was a big one. And then I got to tell a really cool story with also kind of like a
It took you a second hour to get a full 8 that first round.
well, because there was multiple times where I tried and physically
Yeah.
couldn't lift myself.
I mean,
Was
no,
he
makes sense.
front loaded?
Gas the
Yeah.
lats, gas the lats. After the dragonfly story, and then like the fucking sun or rainbow story you told last time, and now this, I would like Jeffrey to not be allowed to look at nature.
I was mad about this punishment, and so the first
What?
video I did like a rant about it, and the second video I said I want them to feel the displeasure. And so I was like, how can I do that in a different kind of a way? And I said,
I would have,
I know.
if at honestly that was a 3-minute video. At 30 seconds, I would have been like, I'll do 51 pull-ups. Like, give me the punishment. I'll do it.
It being quiet also made it
Oh
a
my
lot
God.
more insufferable. Wow.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, or I wish everyone could see Josh's face right now if you're just listening.
Josh didn't like it either. I don't really dream anymore.
No, we heard it. We heard it. You
Yeah, don't do it
I
again.
can do it again. I can do it from memory.
All right. Well, let's move on because I'd like to
Special guest.
I'd like to forget that. All right. Now, before we hear what these three wrote, we're gonna chat about the movie. On IMDb, the synopsis for Embrace of the Serpent is the story of the relationship between Karamakate, an Amazonian shaman and last survivor of his people, and two scientists who work together over the course of 40 years to search the Amazon for a sacred healing plant. I'm sure we all have lots to say. Let's hear it. I'd like to kick us off before we even get to the movie. I'm furious, just furious that Josh has it in him to suggest a beautiful, interesting, unique film about colonialism and a cool culture and a movie I never would have fucking seen, and I adore it. And then he made me watch the Gumby movie and March of the Wooden Soldiers before he I wish I just thought he was incapable of another choice, but now I know it was on purpose, and I was mad the whole time. I was mad the whole time. But clearly like the movie. I think it's gorgeous. I really, really loved it. I took 2 hours out of my work day to watch it, and best way I've ever spent 2 hours at work. Very good.
Yeah, it was a beautiful movie. It was very impactful in the way that, I mean, you understand the idea of these cultures that completely essentially go extinct, but to see really the journey of that, like this, the sole survivor and what it really
Yes,
means to like lose the traditions, and for him to like, I think it's the very beginning of the movie where he has a moment of panic where he realizes he forgot about something and now he doesn't know how to make it. And that was easily, I mean, there were a lot of very emotionally impactful moments through that movie, but that one really stood out to me. Just yeah.
Yeah, I mean, ditto.
No, you go, Jeffrey.
I said ditto.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
great thoughts.
Great,
Thanks, bud. As the resident cinephile. Also, I would just like, before I let Josh speak again, I like cutting him off. The two actors amazingly cast, and also just like seemingly like I kept being fooled into believing one was the older version of the other. And I also think like, yes, there's a very, very important message to the movie. That's beautiful, but also like I think it's really easy to use a character as a stand-in for an entire culture and have that be the message. But just as a character study and just as a film, like a journey. I was like very, very enthralled the whole time. I thought it was and it never took the easy route. I think it actually had a lot of very complex moments, and I don't know. I was very, very blown away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I suggested this movie because whenever I didn't suggest this movie, I elected this movie for us to watch because whenever I suggest this movie to family or friends, I always get the same response, which is like, "Oh yeah, okay, I'll watch." Because like if you were to recommend to me, like, "Oh, it's a Colombian film that like maybe a million people have seen." Do you, that's hyperbole, but like, do you want to watch it? I'd be like, no, but I picked this just because like no one will watch it, and I wanted to
Yeah.
talk about it with people
No,
because I
I'm
love
actually
it.
very grateful. Because like I talk about movies all the time. I have so many fucking nerd fest. I don't watch every fucking movie they suggest. And like, if you're like there's a slow moving treatise on colonialism, I'd be like, it sounds important. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it, but I'm very glad I watched it.
Yeah.
How did you first come across it?
I was just doing some independent research and reading, and then I saw it recommended as a movie, and I love movies, and so I watched it, and I consider it to be as close to a perfect movie pretty much as you can get. I give it a 10. I give it a 10 out of 10.
Really? Yeah. I personally give it a 9. I give it a 9. I think partially for me, just like I think sometimes I think if I was giving it pure form and like a score as a film, I'd give it a 10. But for when I rank things, I include rewatchability in as a thing. And I think I probably would never be like, oh, I'm gonna go watch a movie. I'm gonna turn on Embrace for the Serpent. But I give it a 9. I was really, really blown away by it.
I would also give it a 10. I think there are very few films or just anything in general where the coloring and the coloration, I think is the right word, is as impactful as they used it in this film. Like with you think of like Wizard of Oz as one that was a huge deal, and I think this echoed it in impact, like where they're bringing color back. I don't want to say for anyone who's going to watch the movie, it's worth not knowing about, but it's a really beautiful, impactful moment that I just genuinely wasn't expecting. I was like, okay, this is just the way this movie is, and then for them to use it later, really effective. The number of languages, indigenous languages used throughout the movie, just really incredible. And I don't know, Josh, do you know, are all of those? I'm sure they're all languages from those regions and from those tribes. Are some of those languages now dead languages, or are they still used today?
I don't know if they're all dead languages. There are 5 separate indigenous languages used in the film.
Really?
I just didn't know because it said at the end, it was dedicated to the lost cultures and the lost tribes, and so I didn't know if they used some of those languages, but just impeccable. A lot of historiography, a lot of anthropology went into this movie, and so it's a really really impactful one.
A really cool fact about this film actually is that the company that came in, it was the director Ciro Guerra. He
Were they all
came in.
Colombian? Was it Colombian production team and director and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he always wanted to do a movie on the indigenous peoples of Amazonia, and he decided to, and they brought in around 40 people, like including cast, crew, like the German ethnographer and the American botanist, and including all those individuals. But they had a lot of positions open for people in front of and behind the camera, and so they filled those spots with more than 60% of indigenous
That's awesome. That's really
participants, both in front of and behind the camera. And they had held like private screenings for those groups before,
really
like they did their circuits. Like it's like like front to back, like 4D viewing this film and its process and its impact. It's unbelievable.
and you're so used to seeing something like with this kind of dynamic between like a white guy and like an indigenous person, or like a mystical like blah 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 not Western, and just like having it be so either way, just simplified or reduced or just like, well, and just the complexity, it was crazy without ever betraying the respect, I think, for the indigenous characters was actually fucking that first, both actors phenomenal. I love both sections. I much preferred the earlier section with the German explorer and the young guy. I think the German was an amazing actor. I thought he was phenomenal and honestly gave him a little bit of charm that wasn't just like, oh, fuck this guy. And the young shaman, I was amazed by him. I thought he was fucking stellar. I thought he was great.
And they also gave complexity to the westernized indigenous
Yep.
person too, which,
100%. But
again, that's another very
or
easy role to
something,
make
like, yeah.
two-dimensional. Yeah.
Jeffrey, what's your rating?
Look, I think it was a really good movie and acting was great, and I could not name a real flaw because I thought it was a fantastic movie that I enjoyed very much, and it was also a little slow for me. So I'm
I
gonna
did.
give it an 8. I
No,
think it's
that's-
great. I can appreciate all the things Josh said. That's really cool. That's a really cool movie that does all that things, and I was glad I watched it. And I still wish it wasn't quite as slow.
Yeah.
8.
No, I honestly I appreciate the I think it'd be I wouldn't have believed you if you said 10. I know what you like in movies, and I wouldn't have believed you if you were
Yep,
like,
I feel a little bit like a fucking like a little like a hick of like either it's there a lot have action a lot, so yeah, right. Like I can
Actually-
appreciate that it's a really good movie.
This is the nicest we've ever been to a movie. Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fuck the
Embrace
Gump
My
movie.
Serpent.
Fuck
Great
Wonka.
movie.
Fuck Wonka. Fuck Wonka. Well, you know who would think Embrace My Serpent is funny? That first shaman. He laughed at shit. He thought shit was funny as fuck. His laugh was hysterical. That shit was so funny.
Huh.
All right. Well, we could talk about this movie for a long time. Also casting. I
Maybe we just skip past casting for this.
Yeah.
Maybe we
no,
just
Especially since you got so paranoid last time, Max.
no, we can just because they're indigenous, we can't play them. I'm doing
That's my thought.
I know that's what your thought. That's why I thought you passed by. I want Jeffrey to be the guy who thinks he's Jesus in the woods.
Oh, never mind. Okay, I want to do casting. Never mind. That rocks. That's so cool. Yes, I want to be him.
That's the only. I don't care about any of the other casting. That's the only one I wanted to say. I think
Holy
Jeffrey's the
fuck yeah.
guy.
I agree. I
I
agree.
think
We
Jeffrey's
leave
the
it
guy
there.
who runs. I think Jeffrey's the guy who runs the cult and convinces everyone he's Jesus.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Now we are going to move on to the reviews. Let's go over the specifics. These three little freaks watched Embrace of the Serpent and randomly generated a name, age, and location for their character. Everything else you hear is all them. They used those prompts to create a character and then wrote a movie review in their voice. You'll hear each of them read 4 main sections in character: character bios, get to know you questions, improvised responses, and the movie review. All but the improvised responses have been written for them beforehand. This is also the first time the contestants have seen each other's work. It's a cold read. They very well may have no idea what they're about to say, and I have no idea which of them made what character in corresponding the review. The writer is not necessarily the reader, and I have to guess who wrote what. They're trying to trick me because if I get them all wrong, I lose. But if I get even one right, which is my modus operandi, I get even one right, then whichever one of them I score the lowest is the loser. No matter what, someone's getting shafted. There will always be a loser, and
Losers get punished.
All right. Everyone's favorite bit of this show. We're going to start by getting to know each character with a structured interview, do some off-the-cuff Q&A as a group, and to finish off, we'll hear the reader's movie review. Our first reader is Josh.
Hooray!
Josh, would you please introduce your character and give us the title of your review?
My name is the Legless One. I am older.
I don't like it.
I am older than the trees, and I live in the spirit world. The title of my review is Where's My Hug?
Okay, the Legless One. Welcome to the show. Would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Eons ago, I descended from the stars to bestow life upon this world, and now I'm just trying to get a hug. It's not cringe to ask. No one wants to hug a snake. I've done so much for all living beings, and it's honestly kind of messed up that now, every time I take physical form and come up on a dame, they freak out. They're all like, ew, a snake. But I'm so much more than that. I'm caring. I'm kind, intelligent, I'm nice, and I'm a great listener. So, which one of these fine ladies is going to give me that hug? You wouldn't want me to slither all the way back to the spirit world sad, would you? Come on. One little squeeze, pretty please.
The legless one. Interesting. All right, that's some interesting energy to come on the show with. Maybe you get what you want by the end, but let's see. The legless one. What is your biggest regret to date?
I should have gotten married. I had the opportunity to a long time ago. I had it all, actually. A great girl, her love, everything I ever wanted. And on the day of our wedding, I left her at the altar. Couldn't even tell you why. And now I feel like I'm too old to meet anyone. I'm afraid to begin again, but every day I wake up one day older and without anyone to share my life with. I'll lie there in bed, thinking about what could have been. I wish I hadn't taken her for granted. Yeah, I regret that. I regret that every day.
This is a crazy turn, legless one. All right. Uh, what is your favorite random fact?
Snakes give great hugs if you just give them a chance.
This is bewildering. Okay. Does anyone have any questions they would like to ask the legless one?
Yeah. Legless one. Whatever happened to the woman you left at the altar? What is she up to now? Have you ever thought about reconnecting?
Yeah, I tried a while back. She did not give me the time of day. It is difficult to answer questions without using S's. And so I can't think ahead.
This is so honest.
Yeah,
I'm
my
so confused by the disparity of the two.
she wouldn't give me the time of day.
Okay. I mean, yeah, all right.
Okay.
Legless one, can you say the word sassafras?
Yes.
Oh, damn it. Oh, fuck you.
Should have phrased it better, Jeffrey. All right. Legless one, what did you think of the movie?
Very misleading. Embrace of the
Oh, I didn't even get
serpent.
it. I get it now.
Embrace of the serpent, my slithery ass. There should have been a disclaimer stating no snakes were embraced in the making of this film. Everyone praised this movie for its representation, but I do not feel seen. there's like 1 cumulative minute of Serpentine screen time and the snake fucking dies. Oh, should I count the jaguar crushing the snake in its jaws as a hug? Yeah, real nice. I'm literally the titular character, and if anything, that movie only reminds me of my solitary, hugless life. So thanks for that. What a tease.
Nice. Okay. Thank you. Oh, legless one. I hope you get your hug. Avery, any interest in hugging the snake?
You know what? I'm gonna say he's gonna find love someday.
Okay, that's good. That's more hurtful than just saying no. Okay.
You'll find someone.
What did everyone think of our first character, the legless one?
Exhausting.
I feel like he's someone who a lot of people may be friends with at first, and then he kind of gets bitter about that. I don't know. He was giving me that vibe.
Wait, were there no S's in that section about the wife?
There were no S's.
That's impressive. That must have been a breath of fresh air. I didn't pick up on it. I was like, is this a different guy? I get it now. Okay.
I was waiting for the other shoe.
Yeah. The other. You do it with. I don't think you do it with. I think that's just normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
No,
H's.
that's not
Yeah,
bad.
we know the
You
snake
don't.
rules.
I'm glad we all agree on how a snake would say shoe. He would just
Well, no,
Snake
'cause
rules.
that section did have SHs. I think
did, that's true.
they said like
Okay, so
shouldn't,
those are the snake rules.
but
Snake
they
rules.
didn't have any like solitary S's.
Well, a snake wrote it, so it's
Yeah.
right.
I'm
I
excited
liked
to
that it was
learn.
called the legless one, kind of like a snake.
That is a snake.
I want to know what power. I wish I had more time to ask him questions. What power he had in the spirit world? Like he sort of implied he created Earth.
It'd be
I don't
pretty
know.
embarrassing to like bring so much knowledge and life to Earth and then not be able to get a hug. That's
Yeah, I feel like you could just like make someone to give you a hug.
That's what I
Yeah,
was
you
saying.
get somebody who's older than the trees, and you can't get a hug.
I feel like
You
I'm
have to,
stuck in
like-
it now. I feel like, am I saying my S is too long?
I don't know, but right after when Avery started talking, she went, I think he's like I think there's a little S thing going on now. Off the bat, I'm gonna guess Jeffrey. I'm gonna guess Jeffrey because he's a little snake fuck, and I think it came natural to him.
He's a what?
All right, just kidding.
Snake.
Do your snake head motion again? Ooh, that's good. All right.
The
Everyone
more we go on with this show, the more I'm kind of convinced Max wants to fuck Jeffrey. Like,
no, a snake fuck's not a good thing. He's a little snake, you know.
Yeah,
Like a
snake.
rat fuck, but a snake fuck, you know.
Okay.
All right. Okay, Jeffrey's doing his snake moves.
It looked pretty good too. On the
Listeners-
record, it looked pretty good.
he's getting turned on.
Yeah, listeners, please comment what you think. Let's see if we get it right. Our next reader is
And don't look at the video. Sorry. Okay, sorry. You go.
Our next reader is Avery. Avery, would you please introduce your character and give us the title of your review? Whoa, okay.
My name is Alyssa Roach. I'm 55 years old and I live in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. The title of my review is Exceptional.
All right, Ms. Roach, welcome to the show. Would you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
You're gonna have to forgive my voice here. I woke up this morning feeling so sick, but I'm gonna tough it out. I'm okay.
Mhm.
I've been looking forward to this all week. I have a garden that I love more than anything. It's my it's my pride and joy. I have lilacs and tulips and baby's breath and a wonderful patch of chrysanthemums. I believe. Oh my gosh! I'm so sorry. I'm so embarrassed right now. Um, I, Max, I don't know if my voice can actually can make it through these questions. I'm so sorry. Would it be okay if I texted you my answers?
Oh. Yeah, that's fine, Miss Roach.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That is so kind of you. Can I have your phone number?
Yeah, am I saying it out loud?
Um, you
Seven,
can just
seven.
you can send it to me through the Zoom.
All right, we'll do that. We'll do
Well,
that.
actually, I don't know. I'm not an admin, so I don't have access. Can you
Okay,
can you tell me?
It's 773.
7 7
Honestly, I don't give a fuck. Anyone here can text me. Fucking don't cut it. 807
807
2334.
2334. Okay. Okay. Wonderful. All right. Hold on.
I'm gonna regret that phone number.
That's crazy.
True people search. I really you can just look up people's phone
Oh
number.
my gosh.
God, your fucking voice. All right.
Max, I just sent you the rest of my answers. Thank you so much.
All right. So last you were saying, Miss Roach, you love your
Chrysanthemums.
chrysanthemums. Yeah.
My garden. Yeah.
In your garden. You also believe in, I believe in smelling every rose you come across, living life to the fullest, and that women should never hold public office. All right, thanks. Awesome. Okay. Miss Roach, what do you wish more people understood about you?
I wish
I can read it. I got it. I got it for you. Yeah. I'm so glad to help. It's nice to be able to help a guest, you know.
I so
Yeah. I wish more people understood my thoughts on a woman's place, which is behind a man. They're not smart enough to be in charge. Too much blood loss. I saw a woman spend $80 on one of those mascara pens. Do you think that's presidential material? I don't. Okay. Thank you. This is great. This is going to be, I'm glad this is on the thing. Miss Roach, what does your average weekend look like? This is not reflecting very well on either of us.
I just sent you my answers.
Every Friday and Saturday night, I'm hitting the streets of Chicago. Okay. Every Friday or Saturday night, I'm hitting the streets of Chicago, going club to club looking for puss like it's my job. Once I bag a mark, it's go time. I don't fuck around with any of that foreplay shit. Once I'm at a half chub, I go in fast, dry, and exclusively raw every time. I beg like a dog to bust inside. And if I don't, they're not staying the night. And then church on Sunday, I lead our evangelical Bible study. Women are objects. Holy fuck.
Hold on, wait, was that Max? I lost the thread of this. Was that you or was that Alyssa?
That was Alyssa. Alyssa.
Okay.
That was
Tell,
Alyssa.
hard to tell.
That
It
was
is hard to
Alyssa.
tell. It's hard to tell. I would like to clarify.
You say those words so well.
That
Thank
is
you.
Alyssa speaking through me. All right. Does anybody have any questions they would like to ask Alyssa?
Alyssa, what's your favorite book?
I'm gonna text it to Max, okay?
Tight.
Yeah, please do.
Thank you.
I don't hate women. I hate this fucking.
You gotta. Well, if you gotta make sure to clarify that, because
I hate this woman. I hate not
crazy
Amy.
to say. I don't
Alyssa.
hate women. I just hate this woman.
Alyssa Roach. Alyssa Roach.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. We're asking about Alyssa's favorite book here.
Right. Okay. And
My
what's
favorite
that
book-
favorite book?
My favorite book is A Woman's Guide to Housework by my pastor.
It's pretty good.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
Alyssa, would you give your top 3 most important qualities in a mate? Thank you. I imagine that you'll just text them directly to
Yeah.
Matt.
Oh, I guess I'm still reading them. Your voice isn't better yet.
It actually sounds like it's getting worse.
Yeah, it does
she's
sound like it's
sick,
getting-
Max.
Yeah, I feel really bad for her.
Yeah, I do. She said she was really
She's a
looking forward to
fucking.
this.
Pity her.
Sorry,
Jeffrey?
I couldn't hear you over the coughing.
Okay.
I genuinely didn't.
No, it's okay. Fucking have fun not hearing me.
Okay. Excuse me.
We're not even at the review yet.
Well, she's answering.
She's playing hurt. She's playing wounded.
Playing? She is.
All right. Holy.
What are the 3 most important qualities in a mate? Alyssa.
1, a real penis. 2, a backbone. And 3, American white. Fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. All right. All right. Well, that concludes the Q&A section of Alyssa Roach's review. Alyssa, would you let us know what you thought of the movie? Oh, am I going to read this one for you? It's okay. All right. Yeah, I'll help out. I'll help out. This has been great for me.
Sent.
Okay, here we go. All right. Enough of this parroting shit. No, come on. All right. All right. Enough of this parroting shit. This is me now, Max McHugh. These are my real thoughts. Welcome to the wormhole. I thought this movie sucked. Why? God, fuck, dude. Because there weren't enough whites. I couldn't relate. I wish there had been more cologne. I wanted that jungle full of Americans, the real kind, the German or Irish or British one. You know what I mean. Another thought. The white guy had a gun the whole time and never used it? I woulda. I carry a gun every day. I have a small penis and it makes me lash out.
Wow, Max.
That's crazy. That-
That was not me speaking.
Those
That
are
was
some
not me
well, I mean, you said it was. So
I all right. God damn. Okay. That fucking sucked. What did everyone think of our second character, fucking Alyssa Roach?
Ooh, she was a bad person for sure.
I don't know. I didn't hear a lot of Alyssa. I heard a lot of
I
Max
feel like
though.
that character was more Max than Alyssa. We should be talking about Max.
Because here's the
Personally,
thing.
I loved it, Max. Good job.
I'm so scared. There's got to be a couple people in the audience who don't get that the joke is that I don't think those things. They think it's you revealing that I think things like that. And I know there's a couple out there, and that's not the joke. That's not the joke. All right. All right.
I'm just glad you have a platform.
America let Always Sunny do blackface and they got away with it. So
I mean, sort of.
So everyone get ready for Jeffrey's review. Just kidding. All
Jesus Christ.
all right. Not a fan of Alyssa Roach. I don't even know who the fuck wrote that one. I guess Jeffrey for the first one. God, this is a toss-up because Avery loves doubling down on that me hating women thing. But there's a couple sentences in here like I feel like Josh is always talking about busting inside. I think that's fucking I think that's a little trademark. I'm gonna go Josh. I'm gonna go Josh for now, and we'll see what this last one's like. We'll see what happens. All right. Our last reader is Jeffrey, and I hope it's easier for me. Would you please introduce your character and give us the title of your review?
What was that, son?
No.
Oh, you're gonna have to speak up. My hearing isn't what it used to be.
Hi. Would you please say your name and give us the title of your review?
All right. All right, no need to yell. My name is Boris Hobbs. I'm 72 years old and I live in Santa Fe, New Mexico. The title of my review is Great Movie. Learned a lot.
All right, Boris.
So nervous.
A little worried I'm getting lulled into a trap here. Would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
You want to know about my health?
No, just about yourself. About yourself.
You said you want to know about my shelf? Which shelf, son?
Yourself. Would you tell us a little bit about yourself, Boris?
Oh, I see. You want to whore yourself?
All right.
Is that it?
Yeah. Okay.
That's
can we
what
have
it was?
Can we have some information about you?
Oh, tell you about myself.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Got you loud and clear. No need to yell. Believe it or not, I used to be a real explorer, a regular Indiana Jones, so I know a thing or two about whoring and exploring, if you know what I mean. In fact, you know, it was me who convinced famous explorer Ned Gillette to travel by rowboat some 600 miles across the Drake Passage. Told him it would be the adventure of a lifetime. Meanwhile, I spent those 13 days rowing across the Drake Passage between his wife's legs. If you know what I mean. Her vagina. What I mean.
Okay. Thank you. Her vagina.
It's
Thank you.
good days.
All right. Is that it? That's the end of your intro. Okay. Boris, what is your best childhood memory?
Oh, that's easy, son. My mama's. That's quite a question to ask a man. What were the best childhood memories?
Oh,
You gotta remember, son, we didn't have the internet porns like you kids nowadays, so the only memory any of us knew as a child was our mamas. I was one of the lucky ones. Knew those teats till I was about 12 years old. Good days.
okay. Awesome. That's great. Boris, who was your first love?
My first love?
Yeah.
Okay, well, okay. No need to yell, son. Well, my wife, Agnes, passed 15 years ago to date. She was my first love and my last. Oh, I miss her every day, but don't waste your time feeling sorry for an old man like me. Anytime she feels too far away, I just close my eyes and think back to our wedding night. She was a fiery one. We hadn't been in the hotel suite for 5 minutes before she tore the antenna off the radio and started sounding the life out of me.
Sounding?
What a woman.
Oh my God.
Sounding.
Yeah, okay. All right. Does anyone have any questions they would like to ask Boris?
Boris, where you said you were an explorer, where was your favorite place you've ever been? Where have you traveled to?
Explore her? Oh, I did. I can tell you what. Oh, I sailed those passages like somebody who never seen it before. going up and down the river over and over again, and then just riding my way out, if you know what I mean.
Do
But after that, we climbed up towards the mountains, towards her pillowing mountainous breasts, and explored the recesses there as well. And then her lips, oh, I'll tell you what, like peaches and dynamite. Best I've ever had.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
I've got a question.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Alright.
It is one it is and you and it is and it isn't.
But let me tell you, I would have to say creamed corn.
That was really good.
Oh, that was good. All right. Boris, what did you think of the movie?
What did I think of the what?
Movie.
The what?
Film. The movie.
What did you say?
What did you think of the movie?
One more time, son. Speak up this
What?
time.
What did you think of the movie?
What did I what? Oh, the movie? Oh, I liked it. I learned a lot. No need to yell, son.
Okay. Is that it? That's you like the movie?
Is what?
Okay. Okay. Everyone say thank you to our third and final guest, Boris. That was great. That was great. What did everyone think of him?
I thought it was great.
I liked him the most for sure.
Kind of a
Honestly,
cool guy.
I was
Yeah.
I was kind of a fan. I was kind of a fan, not a bad guy. Fuck, I don't know who I'm guessing for anything now. Fuck this. God damn it, this one fucked me up. I'm just gonna placehold say Avery because I haven't guessed Avery yet, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'm not logging in my answers yet. Now that we've heard all the reviews, we're gonna hear everyone's fuck, marry, kill rankings. God damn. For the three characters we've been introduced to. Dear listener, don't worry. If there are children, we immediately kill them, but this time there's not. There's just a almighty spiritual animal. What are people thinking? This one's a rough one.
Okay, I have an answer. I have an answer. I am going to marry Boris. I am going to fuck the limbless one. And
Legless.
thank you. And I'm going to kill the what's her name again?
Alyssa Rose.
Alyssa. I'm gonna kill Alyssa.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
actually gonna mix it up from Avery a little bit. Marry Boris, because he just seems like he has a lot to teach, a lot of good stories. I'm going to fuck Alyssa and kill the snake. One,
I think I'm gonna do
because
the same
as a human, I don't feel quite as comfortable fucking a snake
He's a
as Avery
god.
does.
He's a god.
Yeah, but it's also a snake. And that's a line that I, as a person, don't really like to cross, is the human animal one. But also, I would fuck Alyssa because the only real, like, Max talked a lot, but the only real info we got was that she had a garden.
Okay.
I wouldn't fuck her when she was sick.
Get the fuck out of here.
Is
if
that
I
also
ever-
why you would fuck her, Max?
I'd fuck her because I'm not gonna marry her because I do not think it's cool to. I do not think it's cool to marry a woman who thinks that men are better than women. I don't want that. I want an equal relationship. But also, she seems down to fuck. So I'll fuck Alyssa. I don't want to fuck the snake god because not even because he's a snake god, but because he's a weird one. He's like cringy. He's like a weird snake god. I don't want to give him that. And Mary Boris sounds fun. Nothing bad.
That would, for the legless one, that would just crush him if he was like you want to fuck? And you were like, no. And then just to make sure that he didn't go, oh, it's probably just because I'm a fucking snake. You
No,
said,
I'm like,
it's
no, I'd
not because
like
you're
to
a
fuck a
snake.
snake god, just not that snake god.
And in
It's
fact,
'cause
you
you're
chose the
cringe.
white supremacist over the snake god. You were like,
It's like the scene
yeah.
in Social Network when she breaks up with Mark Zuckerberg, and she's like, "You're probably gonna say it's because you're like not cool or not like confident or not attractive," and she's like, "No, it's not for any of those reasons. It's because you're an asshole." Like, let me
Yeah.
just get it really
That's
clear.
me. That's me to the legless one. Legless one. Yeah.
That's you. There's the legless one.
I am going to fuck the white supremacist, kill Boris, and marry the snake.
You're fucking insane. This is the first time I'm actually mad at you guys.
Avery,
for
none
your
of us,
rankings.
none of us think you should fuck a white supremacist, but you put him up with a cringy incel snake god. I think you have an excuse. I think you're allowed.
No, yeah, that's crazy.
All right. Well, we'll go fight about that one later. Now, before we officially learn who wrote what, I have to blindly rate the writing and reading we've enjoyed. The scoring categories are, as always, 5 points, the funniest written review. Which review made you laugh the most? 4 points for the best written review, which review was crafted most cohesively. 3 points for the best performance, which contestant really brought their character to life. 2 points for the best improvised response, which contestant gave the best improvised response. And 1 point for the best improvised question, which contestant asked the best improvised question. A new funny feature, I think, of replacing the 3 points with replacing the old one with best performance is I think losers now will get crushed more than they used to. Like, I think it's like if you lose, I think you're getting beat down, like if you don't happen to catch one of them, you know? Which is fun. Let's see if it widens the gulf, which I
That
hope.
happened to me last week. It
I
was
did.
crushing. It
Wouldn't it
was
be
crushing.
funny? Wouldn't it be funny if every time forward it evened out, but just for Jeffrey? It was 1 point for best improvised question. I am giving to Josh's whispered question to Boris. That was very funny. 2 points for the best improvised response. Now, again, snatched from you, Jeffrey. I was gonna cream corn was great, but I gotta give it to real penis, a backbone, American white. That's all time. That's killer. 3 points for the best performance. Giving it back to you, Jeffrey. Boris, you get it. You get it for Boris.
Hooray!
There we go. 4 points for the best written review. I'm also going to give to Boris. I'm going to give that one to Boris. And 5 points for the funniest written review. I am giving to Alyssa Roach. Max McCune as Alyssa Roach. I think that was funny as fuck. All right. Please give yourself your points. And then I'm going to guess who wrote each review. Contestants, ready your whiteboards to record your score. If I fail to guess the correct writer, the contestant author gets a point, but if I do find them out, they lose a point. And if I fail to guess any of the 3, I lose. Let's start with review number 1, the legless one, read by Josh. I'm going to say that Jeffrey wrote that one. I think Jeffrey wrote that one. My personal opinion. I don't know. He seemed to be kind of invested in it when he was talking about it. I think Jeffrey wrote that one. Then I'm gonna go to Alyssa, which I think was written by fuck. I think I'm gonna fuck, this is hard. So I have Alyssa and then I have Boris Hogg. I'm gonna go Josh for Alyssa and Avery for Boris Hogg, but I think I'm fucking wrong. I think I should have switched them, but I'm gonna lock it in. All right. Let's start with review number 1. Let's go with the legless one. Who wrote the legless one?
I did.
Oh, fuck, dude. All right. Who wrote Alyssa Roach?
I did.
And who wrote Boris Hogg?
I did.
Dude, Max McCune coming in clutch. One right.
Damn.
Look at that. Thank the fucking Lord. All right. So let's figure out what the rest of these points go. Who really wrote review number? Oh, wow. I just read that.
Oh
Sorry.
my God. It happened last week.
All right. Sorry. Everyone hold your whiteboards up with your score. Oh, dude, the pattern continues. Jeffrey and Josh slingshotting back and forth, and me and Avery just comfortably right in that middle rail. That
Look,
means
even though I won, and I'm so glad to not lose, the fact that, okay, we're 22 episodes in, Josh and I combined have lost 16 times. That's crazy. We've lost twice. Each of us individually have lost 8 times. We've lost twice as much as Avery and 4 times as much as Max. I even won and I'm still mad. I'm still mad. This sucks.
I'm actually pretty mad about a couple of things. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's
We'll
fine.
talk more in a
that
bit. Okay.
means that means Jeffrey wins and Josh loses. Wait, can everyone say which one they wrote again? Who wrote? Okay, Josh wrote the snake. Avery, what'd you write?
I wrote Boris.
And Jeffrey, you wrote the one where I had to say the racist shit, and that's why you kept bringing it fucking back every 5 seconds. All
Yeah,
right,
but you didn't guess it though.
you're the only one I didn't think it was. Interesting. Guess you're smart.
Silly.
Yeah. For each member of the game show, we've compiled tailor-made punishments. We're going to review our list and find something truly awful for them to do. And since Josh lost, he's going to put himself on mute so we can take a minute to discuss what will be done with him.
All right, shall I read out the punishment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh has to, for the whole episode, and this means from when it's punishment time to until the next winner and loser are announced, Josh has to smile the whole episode. Except not when he's reading his review.
I was about to say.
That
He's
blows.
smiling a little bit now. He's
Yeah,
showing
that's
us
a
his
great
secret smile
great little smile.
He looks
because
like
it's
a
so
cat.
tiny. But that is Josh's punishment. Josh, take yourself off mute. What do you think?
Can't fucking wait. What the fuck am I supposed to fucking say? This is a fucked up punishment.
That does blow. That does blow. That
This
sucks.
is fucked up. I'm the only motherfucker you probably know in your life that has issues with their facial muscles. And so I'm going to be up here. I'm probably going to twitch for a fucking week after this. I have Bell's palsy. I'm probably going to have a fucking twitch in my buccinator for a fucking week after that next goddamn episode. Fuck you. That's what I have to say is fuck you.
You're gonna have a Twix in your Baconator? That sounds delicious. That was funny, you fuckers. Fuck you all.
I mean,
Hey, you. Fuck you, piece of shit. Fuck you.
Sorry,
I'm
the resounding silence after
Fuck you.
I
Fuck
love when we all
off.
decide to commit to something. I think it's
I
really
fucking
beautiful.
hate you guys.
Ugh.
All right. Well, that leaves a fucking final matter, and it's learning what movie we're going to be watching next week. The winner has the honor of choosing the next week's movie. So, Jeffrey, our winner, would you please enlighten us with your selection?
You know, Josh picking Embrace of the Serpent made me think that we should start selecting things that were like better or at least more critically lauded.
I'm gonna hate
So
this shit. This
we're
is
going to be
so-
watching the Hamilton Pro Shot.
Why? Why?
The what?
It's
Like
the
so
Hamilton?
long.
Like the musical, the Pro Shot on Disney Plus, the recorded version of the Hamilton musical.
okay. Josh is gonna kill himself. I think it's funny that Josh thinks Hamilton should only be white. He loves the music. He just hates the premise.
So we're watching the Hamilton Pro Shot.
Isn't that like 3.5 hours?
I don't know.
Never mind.
Okay, this would be a lot of fun 3 years ago. I'd be like, oh, cool. I haven't really seen it yet. Is Lin-Manuel Miranda in the recorded one?
Oh yeah, don't worry.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna rip my toenails off. All right. I like Hamilton, but I liked it when I saw it once on stage, and I'm like, oh, cool, that was awesome. All right. Well, how do we feel about the Hamilton Pro Shot?
maybe the worst I've ever felt.
I love that Josh has to. I love that this is the episode Josh has to smile for 3 fucking.
That is funny.
Yeah.
My reaction last week to The Serpent was based on me thinking that it was a 4-hour long movie. Now I feel justified in my reaction.
Yeah.
It's just a long time.
All right. Well, please feel free to watch along with us, guys. How do we feel? Oh, it's fucking goddamn
What?
it. What's
Oh,
happening?
I just looked it up. It is 160 minutes.
Do the math. Don't no one do the math for him. Jeffrey, what's the math?
240.
Nice. Look at
It's what? I'm smart. I'm smart. Big brain.
you. What's this voice you keep doing? All right.
It's my cool voice. That's my fuck voice. That's my
Listen,
pillow
everyone.
voice.
I changed my mind. I didn't care for Embrace of the Serpent. I found it pretentious, one-sided, and a bit ridiculous, if I'm being honest. Okay. Fuck you guys. This is fucking God damn it. Okay. Watch Gaslight Game Show on YouTube, listen to us on Spotify, and support us on our other platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Patreon. You can say anything you want about me on Instagram and TikTok now. I deleted them off my phone. We'll be coming out with a new episode every week, and we'd love to hear from all of you. Comment, reach out, be loud and annoying. We love that. If we raise enough money on our Patreon, I'll start my own spin-off show where I live in a jungle hut, and then everyone can call me Wise for spouting nonsense and wearing the same thong every day.
Oh, Max.
Tune
Jesus,
in
Max.
Max.
for torture. Bye for now.
That is not helping you sell the whole I didn't actually mean what Alyssa said. That's not really helping
Really
with that.
not.
I can't believe.
And when I said something, you went, yeah. You can fuck yourself. That was the worst. That's
can't-
the only time I've ever wanted to physically harm anyone.
I can't believe the things
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
made me say this episode. The
Ugh.
fear in my heart with my weird mental block where I can't understand that I could still have gotten the last one right leading up to the last one makes the game fun. You know, because I was sure I lost until Avery was like, now I've kind of given up on trying to know if I've lost or won until I see her reactions. Then I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
That's like
I'm
like
worried.
an animal. Like an insect. Like something without any capabilities of forethought or anything like that. And I will just take the stimulus as it washes across me like a wave.
We said
Like
in like
it's-
episode 7, I forget we were doing banter, and I was like, my life is stimulus after stimulus, but they don't correspond. It's the most recent one, you know?
Yes, that
accurate
was one of the most.
descriptor.
That was actually the most recent episode. I was listening.
Really?
No, that was
Yeah.
episode 10.
Yeah, that's what I
That
thought.
was
The
episode
most
10 because I was
like the
just
most
listening.
recent stimulus washes away all the other stimuli, you know?
The most accurate descriptor I've ever heard you use for yourself is outside dog.
Dude, I'm getting it tattooed.
That was, I
It would
mean,
be a good tattoo.
I
It's
think
real.
I'm
It's a
getting it
good
tattooed
descriptor.
above my belly button. I'm an outside dog.
I'm
but
glad you're getting that tattoo.
Thank you.
Mhm.
You mean instead of the lobster on my neck?
You just no. It just wouldn't look good.
All right.
It wouldn't look good on anyone, not just you.
It's
Right,
not
that's
just
not
you,
just
yeah.
a you thing.